And so because we know that the economy is doing well, it's very likely, as I've said before, that you may have just a little bit more resources to spend on your brand new instrument. And so we're going to continue in that series, multi-part series, because there's so many guitars in this category. And it's a brand new manufacturer that I have never talked about. I'm really excited to bring it to your attention. And we're going to talk about those right now. Hi everybody, and welcome to Bass Chops for Beginners. My name is Jose Cruz, and I'm really glad that you're here. I also want to give a special thank you and welcome to all of the new subscribers. It's really interesting to look at my statistics and get a notification that there is somebody out there that just subscribed to my channel. And so the purpose of this channel, if you haven't figured it out already, is to help you guys in your pursuit in becoming a bass player. So if this is your first time here and you have no idea what I'm talking about, well, there is one video that starts everything, and that's this one right here. It takes you, the assumption is that you have no idea, you're very new, you have nowhere to go, but you're looking for guidance. So this is the video where everything starts. Okay, so check that out because it takes you to the very basics. Okay, and so if you're here and you see that the price category is not where you need to be a little bit more economical, well, there is a 3-part series that begins with this video. And there's 3 of them that I talk about guitars that begin from $300 on down. This current series is my selection of bass guitars that are in the $300 to $500 range. If you like what's going on here in this channel, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, there is the button. That's what it looks like. And don't forget to select that notification bell. That way, when I upload a brand new video, you're going to get a notification. That way you can come back here and check out the latest information on the topic. Okay, cool. Also, if you want to follow this channel on the channel's fan page on Facebook, there is the address as well. And also, if you want to, some of you have followed me on Instagram. There's the address as well. Cool. That is so cool, I think. So I'm really excited because today I get to talk about a manufacturer that's like really, really below the radar. And so some of you may have heard of this, some of you may not have, and that's G&L. Leo Fender back in 1965 basically sold the company Fender off, and he went and started working for Music Man. They had a falling out, and so he got really mad, left. From there, he opened up G&L, which is with his friend George Fullerton and, of course, Leo Fender himself. And so what's really interesting about this line is that he basically began that company and sought to make the instrument that he's always wanted to make but really couldn't. And so hence G&L. I'm really excited to tell you about this because this manufacturer has got you in mind. They're not the only ones, obviously, there's others, but this one in particular has got you in mind because if you visit their website, you're going to find out enormous amount of information on their products because they know that the technical stuff matters. The way they build their instruments, it's an art form, basically. You're going to be astonished when you really do some research on these guys on how well they make their instruments. And so, which brings me to a really interesting thing here. I'm only going to talk about 4 guitars, and a couple of them, there's going to be several variations within them. I'm going to show you 5, but really it's 4 guitars, and that 5th one is just a variant that I think it's important to show you. So one of the things that's really just interesting to me is that G&L's introductory price range for their instruments in this category begins at $399, okay? And then because of these 4 guitars fitting in that range that I talked about, the other 3 in this group that we're going to talk about today start at $499. So they're at the very top of the range that I'm talking about. And there is a specific reason why. When you go to the website and when you hear me talk about these things, you can see right away the reason why they're at that price point. It is worth it because they go through the extra trouble to select really nice woods, nice hardware, nice everything. The meticulousness that they spend in constructing their guitars, it's evident, and you're going to see 4 of them here today. So we're just going to begin, okay, and have fun. And I got to use my notes, so bear with me. The very first one in the category, they're all the tribute line. When you go to the website for GNL, they have several categories to choose from, but their introductory level is the tribute variety, okay? And so the first one on the list is the JB, okay, electric bass that you see here, okay? And it's got the Brazilian cherry fingerboard in Lake Placid blue, okay? Yeah. They look familiar because the design is Leo Fender guitars, but you can see here that it's got some really unique things that you do not see on Fender guitars. Number one, that bridge, that tailpiece is so robust, okay? That thing right there is like hip shot or like a Goto or something that's a German engineered deal there with what you've seen in my videos to upgrade your bridges, okay? In other words, from the factory, from the get-go, you buy the guitar already modified in such a way that it is perfection right out of the box, okay? And they're all like that. The one thing that is the pinnacle of everything with GNL are the pickups. They're Alnico passives, and they have this reputation for having an extremely high output for being passive pickups. And each individual pole piece on the pickups, you can adjust the height so that you can get a customized tone and distance to the string on each individual string, which I think is absolutely brilliant, okay? That's right out of the factory. That's so cool. And so the next one on the list is the Tribute JB electric bass in turquoise mist. I wanted you to see this one because it's very familiar to the other, but you notice the fretboard on that? The next one that I have here is the Tribute JB2 4-string with there's like a 3-color sunburst, which is, the really popular retro color. A lot of people really like that sunburst deal there if you like the multiple colors. But that's the one where you can get 3 variations of the same guitar. This happens to be, of the 4, actually of the 5 that we're going to look at today, is the least expensive, clocking in right at $399, okay? The next one on the list is the Tribute JB2 4-string with gloss natural rosewood fingerboard. And what I like about this one, obviously there's people out there that don't like the solid colors, you don't like the burst colors, but you like the natural wood basses because they just have a striking appearance to them, and the wood underneath it is beautiful, carefully selected, and you look at that and you go, that's a piece of artwork. What's interesting is that when you see these things, even in the used ones, they hold up so well. The people who use these basses take care of them, okay, because it's such a well-made instrument. It's so. Can you tell I'm a fan? Maybe I can just hear my wife saying now, "You're not getting one of those. I hope you're not thinking about getting one of those. You already have so many. Why do you need another one?" And the very last one today of the selection that I have here is the Tribute LB100, okay, with Brazilian cherry fingerboard in Olympic white. Okay, so that one there is another, it's precision appearance with a pick guard, okay, and it's got that, the white color there. However, you can get that into colors as well. I'm just showing you the white one just for variation. If you really want to see a video that has one of these demoed and it's somebody that you are familiar with, because I've talked about him before, is Dave Riom, and his channel is Dave's World of Fun Stuff. And so if you go to this video, you can see him talk about his GNL. It's a JB2 as well, like the ones that you've seen here, and he actually plays it for you and demos it. And so other videos where he talks about GNL, he gives you a little bit more detailed information as to the history, as to the creation of that company and why it's so good and how they were so way ahead of their game. It's the end result of what happens when somebody is free to do and to execute their vision as to how guitars are to be constructed, and that's GNL. And so I know what you're thinking. You saw the website as it was scrolling down, and you saw other guitars in the lineup. Just know that I'm not going to talk about those just yet, because just the 4 that I talked about are fitting into that price category. Everything else that you see there is $500 on up, and they go up from there. And there's again a legitimate reason for that huge spike in price because of the way it's made. Okay, and so I'm really excited to bring back GNL when I get to that level as far as price category, because there's some exciting instruments that you see in there that are it's like creme de la creme stuff here. So there you have it. Tell me what you think. All right. Have you ever seen one of these before? When you picked it up, did you notice right off the bat something really different about it? How light they are, how they fit perfectly in your hands, right? How well they're put together. Did I also mention that you get a 10-year warranty on that? Others give you lifetime. I get that. I understand that. But in an intermediately priced bass guitar, that's pretty darn good. That's worthy of you investigating. 10-year warranty. A lot of them you get 2, 3. You're lucky if you get 5. These guys give you 10 on the entire product line, okay? And so I think that's really cool. Let me know what you think, okay? So there you have it. Give a thumbs up if you really like this video. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me, okay? In the meantime, do something cool. Be creative. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, the music that you hear in these videos is me performing on my various bass guitars. I do that so that you can hear that indeed, even though these guitars range in price, even the least expensive one that I own to the most expensive, I record with all of them. And I just want you to hear that the possibilities that are out there, okay? So I think it's really cool. Let me know what you're up to. I'm really interested in what you think and what's going on with you. In the meantime, tune it or die.